fellow viewers. Before we get started, please take a moment to click the like button here on our Facebook page, and also in the description you'll find links to our YouTube and Instagram channel. Welcome to another edition of the Friendly Neighborhood Photographer. I'm Adam, and we have a lot to talk about today. The first part of the video will of course have the GoPro footage that was worn around camp staff at the Big Splash party yesterday, and the second part of the video is the first-person shoot from the GoPro on top of my DSLR itself, so you can see what I'm doing right there in the moment. Now the reason for this is a lot of people come up and ask me, how do I take more interesting shots of my kids? And so I'm going to offer you perspective on how you can do it. And if you happen to see me out there in the field, I always wear an I Shoot RAW shirt, the best camera format you can use to take photos. So if you see me when I'm out there, just flag me down and say, hey, can you take a picture of my kid? And I'd be more than happy to do it. And I'm going to put my email in the description here to accompany the video. A lot of people come up to me and ask me what kind of camera I use, and they wish they could take professional looking photos, but you don't need a pro level DSLR to take great photos. You can take professional photos with your iPhone. So in the first person shoot where I put the GoPro on top of my camera, it can show you probably the most important rule is where to stand when taking your photos. So if you have any questions about that, you can always contact me for tips, and I'll be out there to teach you as well if you would like to join me.
Okay, so I went to the side here. I've been shooting from the front for a while. By the way, that paintball gun sounding sound that you hear is my shutter. Okay, so I got down lower for some perspective. I want to make sure that tub was straight. You don't want your horizons tilted. So I'm hanging out here waiting for another kid to slide. Okay, so I try to fire off a burst to make sure I get some action. Okay, there I fired too late. I only did one when he hit the water, so I needed to hang out again. But I also noticed that I wasn't straight in the center in front of the slide, so here I take a step to the left, and I try to get a little bit lower to make it more interesting. Yeah, I had to wait for this girl to come down. I think she didn't want to. But I finally got it. Yeah, this guy wasn't too happy that I was getting the shots in the front. That's Michael Clark, Melanie Clark, the town clerk's son. He's a cool dude, works for Parks and Rec. Alright, so I'm going over here. I've changed lenses here. I've got the telephoto. I go over to the taller slide from the GoPro footage. But these shots were boring. There was no context. Even if you got up close, it didn't tell you anything about the environment. So I learned, I shot 90% of this event in wide, and I should have stuck with it. Okay, so here for the balloon toss, I went with wider angle lens to get that pretty much that view that you see, just the lines of the kids. You get the skyline and the trees in the background. It was a really good choice. Yeah, these girls cheated up in front. Yeah, you fire off a couple, make sure you have a high shutter speed to capture the action. And that's it.
Alright, make sure you're taking a step back.
Well, that wraps it up this time, but if you see a photo of your kid that you would like, you can always email me. I'll put it in the description, and I can send it off to you in the fullest high quality. See ya.